Hello, everybody. This is Alex.
This is Boschko.
And this is episode 50.
Yes, of the Fool's Odyssey podcast.
Right. And in this episode, we'll be talking about Spider-Man Far From Home.
Woo!
Yes. And I thought that Boschko would enjoy this movie.
I was skeptical. I was like, Spider-Man, come on.
Yeah, because the first one it was okay.
The first one is okay.
But this one was actually, upon rewatching it, I was like, wow, this is actually really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit, actually.
For me, it's insane. I guess they really upped the game.
Yeah. I told you, like, the visual effects of it was really crazy. The story was actually pretty amazing as well.
Yeah. The character interaction and whatnot.
Yeah. I guess because it's a sequel, everything just flowed better.
Yeah.
But
it kind of showed like the awkwardness and how Peter's an awkward person, kind of dorky.
yeah.
It shows that. And yeah, they pull a lot of fun stuff there. Not much I can say.
Not only that, but they also showed how Peter Parker is smart by him talking and also showing him like making the suit.
Making
as well.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. Oh yeah, and the makeshift thing at the end, the weapon, I guess.
Yeah. The last idea. Yeah, they kind of show like his creativity. And the thing is, like, during the whole thing, like, the one thing that I really love about Spider-Man is not his power or sense or whatever. It's always his mobility.
Yeah.
And it was shown really well in this movie.
Yes. And because there's one thing that I've noticed is that I was reading online that people were saying that in the MCU, Spider-Man has never really thrown a punch at someone.
Yeah.
He never punched someone before.
Never punch, yeah.
Yeah, because he always uses webs and would try to web them out. And I was like, oh, that's not technically true. He actually did punch Beck in this one. Oh, yeah, Mysterio. Remember when he grabbed him by the collar and punched
punch him the glass mirror,
Yeah. So I guess that's not really punching him, but that's technically
because I don't
punching.
think he damaged Beck though.
No, yeah, he's kind of
breaks glass to smash. That's it. Smash the glass.
Smash the glass, yeah. But in terms of also by the way, this happens at the end of Endgame. I guess a couple of months later, and this is kind of like the conclusion, I guess, for Phase 3.
So it's not several years, but several months. So it's really fresh.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how the timeline works, but it's like because everything is all different now, right?
Right.
Everything has been fast forward 5 years, so they can just do whatever. They can say it's whenever. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So okay. So you liked it? It was pretty good.
Yeah. It was better. It
felt like a proper sequel, if that makes sense.
Oh no! I'm not just talking about that. Like I'm talking about like they really push up the game. Like they put the effect. They use how this is like. It feels they love the character even more. Like they know how to flesh it out better, I guess. The identity of the hero, if that makes sense. Yeah.
And I didn't feel like anyone was wasted per se.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of people, and they were not really supposed to do anything in particular.
Yeah.
So they were there, and people who does something, you can tell. I don't know, but the character I don't really care too much. The focus was stay focused until the end, so I think it was good.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Overall impressions, I guess. Thumbs up for me.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
Okay, so let's I think we're trying to blast through this as quick as possible. There's really not much to say.
Yeah, the amazing parts are amazing. That's what it is.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the characters. Let's start off with the minor characters. So let's start off with Fury and Hill first. So Nick Fury, Maria Hill, they make an appearance in this movie. They're kind of just like gathering the forces to fight against the bad guys.
Kind of like they're trying to form a second Avenger kind of thing, right?
Yeah, kind of like a minor team. See, now this is the thing I had. I was talking about where the Spider-Man was just like, oh, why not just get Doctor Strange? Why not get this Thor? Why not get Captain Marvel?
Unavailable.
Yeah, unavailable.
Out way there.
They have to make some kind of excuse for whatever reason, right? And he was like, why why not get Captain Marvel? And she's like, don't invoke her name. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But I think that's they have to switch from saying that and start interacting or start making these characters interact more.
How?
Well, Spider-Man's in New York. Doctor Strange is in New York, right? Ant-Man's in San Francisco. And guess what? Shang-Chi's in San Francisco.
Well, I mean, the whole base is in like America somewhere. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like they're having all these superhero characters, but they also happen to live in the same area as well. Like,
because the thing is, like, the one thing that I can talk about is that the reason they don't do that, I kind of see it because they don't want to make from here on out every movie is a collab movie. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's the direction they should go into now.
It really depends on the arc. That's what I'm saying. If it's just fighting these things, because Mysterio is not a threat, so to speak.
Right.
He's a problem, but his problem is just that. Like if Doctor Strange just showed up, mission complete. Like
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like it won't be.
Yeah, but then the thing is, there was no real reason why they couldn't have contacted Doctor Strange.
Well, he's probably performing surgeries or something. We don't know that.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
right?
or maybe he's like meddling with the time stone or whatever, or doing the fucking head shake again.
No, remember the time stone's destroyed.
Oh, right.
Reduced it to
That's
atoms.
true. That's true.
There are
Can't do
no
that.
stones in there. So.
That's true. Forgot about that.
Right? So I feel like, especially since the trailer for the third Spider-Man movie came out, and we
Right.
saw them
I saw that too.
interact,
Yeah.
right? So we're seeing all these, and especially since we just recently watched Shang-Chi, and by recently I mean just today.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That movie's amazing.
It's amazing. And we'll talk about it eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
But then you see Shang-Chi and Wong interacting with each other. Not only that, but Bruce and Captain Marvel interacting
Yeah.
with them, right?
Yeah.
Not only that, but Abomination too.
Yeah, well, that's the cool thing, right? Like they have thing, but at the end of the day, when the big threat showed up, Shang-Chi's the one who's fighting it, right?
Yes.
Him and his group, so to speak, right?
Well, the thing
There
is,
won't be other people jumping in to help out. That's what I'm trying to.
but the thing is, I can excuse Shang-Chi because
They're in the hidden.
not only hidden, but he doesn't know any of the characters yet at that time.
Yeah, but even then, when the threat,
Like he can't just be like, "Oh, hey, Doctor Strange, you may not know me, but there's the world's in danger."
yeah, true. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. But what I'm saying is that like when a threat that great, like a Soul Eater or something popping up, well, Doctor Strange would probably pick that up. What the hell? Something's going on here. Like, and then he would just jump in, whatever. But then again, that would be out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
So, but I see what you're trying to say, though.
Yeah. For me, I think
It would be cooler.
that'd be cool. It would make more sense to me because not all these characters have to interact. Like you don't need to like all the Avengers coming together.
Oh, no, I
but
get
like just like hey Ant-Man, like like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be cool, but again, it really depends on the threat level. Because if it's just a minor enemy, and then there's an interaction with the character, they'll be like, well, that character was there. Why not do anything? You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it. It's not like Spider-Man stopping a bank robber.
Yeah.
But like if say like a Sinister Six scenario happens.
Well, shit. I mean, of course, when that matters, then threat level is completely different, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right. But yeah, in terms of Nick Fury and Maria Hill, I felt like even though they didn't have a big role as they usually do,
She's still hot.
they still fulfilled their parts in the movie.
Yeah, they do.
Like I didn't feel like, oh, why did I have them in the movie? No, it made sense to me.
That's right.
Okay, let's go to MJ, Ned, and Betty.
Ned's got a lot of fun stuff going on with him, though his role seems to be
Is more
reduced by a lot. He's not really the man behind the chair anymore.
Yeah, I think because he can't really do much because they're on vacation.
Because exactly, he doesn't have his equipment. He doesn't have whatever.
Yeah,
I think that's the unfortunate part that I think
you wanted him to have a bigger role.
a little bit, just like at least back Spider-Man up more, because this thing he's more of in his high school mode, high school student mode.
Yeah,
where he's just enjoying having fun, trying to back Spider-Man as much as he can with lying or getting out of the way, like weaseling it out, right?
Yeah.
But it was just that. In the end, it didn't really help.
His role was overtaken by MJ.
Yes.
Which, okay, I can kind
Slightly,
of
yeah.
let it slide
Yeah.
just because of the direction the story's going. But I feel like there was a nice contrast between Peter Parker and Ned and Betty. Because Ned and Betty's school life during that trip was what Peter wanted.
Right.
And it's also kind of interesting because Peter in the first movie, he wanted to be like an Avenger. He wanted to do all these crazy big shit, right?
Yeah.
But then now he's just like, you know what? I just want to enjoy my life. I want to.
Because honestly, I think I understand his point of view, though. He wanted to do something big. Yeah, I want to be great. Like, I want to join the thing. I want to think. But the thing is, like, he was kind of like forced almost into a situation where he has to fight the big guy, right?
Yeah.
And he know how messed up that is, and how he's like, oh, okay, that was too much. Like, okay, maybe not that big. I'll stick to where I'm comfortable, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Now he realizes. Right?
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's good character.
It's a good character development. Yeah, exactly.
But Ned and Betty, I feel like their relationship was, even though it was short, it was kind of funny. And I feel like that's exactly how you would react. Ironically,
What do you mean?
every time he did something, you're just like, ugh.
No, because I don't know if I ever mentioned this in like podcasts before. Like for me, high schooler, teenager is a hard topic.
Why?
Their ramen's just basically go like, child, come on. You know?
But that's the whole point.
I know, but that's the one that makes you go like, no, come on.
I thought it was adorable.
It is. It's adorable. Don't get me wrong. It's just, damn. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, it's too sweet. But I guess that was the aim. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's supposed to be a cutesy, funny thing.
It is. I still don't understand why they broke up though.
Because as people get older, men and women drift
Shut
apart.
up. Don't requote him.
But in terms of MJ, the one thing I liked that they did with her was that they just got the bullshit out of the way. He's like, I know you're Spider-Man. Stop joking around. Stop messing around. And
That was a bluff though.
I kind of like that they played it as a joke. He was like, oh, I was just joking, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't think I was right.
Yeah, so, but I kind of like that they made her smart and not just like oblivious to everything.
Like any other MJ we know.
Not only that, but they kind of made her a badass. She did a little bit of action. And
She just smashed a drone, half a drone with the Morning Star. So
and she's also just as awkward, if not more awkward than Parker, which makes
she's a dork too. So
it makes it a good relationship.
that was good. Yeah.
But again, none of these characters I felt like wasted.
No, that's the thing, like, because the thing about Spider-Man is always the two coins, right? The Peter Parker side and the Spider-Man side, right?
Right.
And these people represent the Peter Parker side, right?
Yeah.
That's why, like, whenever they're doing Spider-Man stuff, they'll always be like, my friend, like, Peter Parker still hasn't able to separate himself.
Right.
As a superhero and as a Peter Parker, right?
Yeah.
So every time even Nick Fury tell him like, yo, bro, pick up the phone.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, I got stuff to do with my friends. Just kind of like that, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think that's the fun dynamic whenever I see like a Spider-Man movie or a game, whatever. It's how they
balance
the persona. Yeah.
I see. Yeah. It makes sense. Okay. Now we go to May and Happy. It's kind of interesting because May got a reduced role, which makes sense. They're on vacation and stuff. Happy kind of got a more increased role.
Yeah. I think it felt like Happy is a better support for Spider-Man than Iron Man.
Oh yeah. That's why I mistakenly called him as the mentor in the first one, because I was thinking of this one. He feels more fatherly.
Yeah.
In this one, he understands Spider-Man and what he's going through.
I think he kind of saw. How do I say this?
He sees
Tony Stark.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he sees Tony Stark in him. So,
but he sees the thing is, Iron Man, as he said in the last movie, right? He wants Spider-Man to be better than him.
Yeah.
And we see in this movie that in some ways he is.
He can be. Yeah,
he can be. So Happy wants to nurture that, especially after what happened in Endgame.
Yeah, and especially when he's interested in May.
Oh yeah.
So. There's that.
Which is, I find that relationship kind of funny too, right?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all until like, oh.
And even at the end, May was just like, yeah, I'm just here to have fun, and Happy was like,
okay.
And Peter was like, oh, okay, I gotta go.
All right. That's complicated. Too complicated.
Yeah. But yeah, Happy did a good role.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, May was May, I guess. I kind of wish we saw a little bit more May, but
I don't know. I think May did a good job because her role is very curt, straight to the point. But you can see that that's the mother figure.
Yeah, it still
she
feels
does
like a mother. Yeah.
Everything. Yeah. Back up his suit, even when Peter's not watching.
Yeah.
Putting the banana that he threw at his face to the well, everything.
Yeah.
Picking him up, give him a hug, making sure he's all right. Very motherly figure.
Yeah.
It's definitely the... Wait, did Aunt May know? Oh, yeah.
She knows.
She knows.
She found out at the end of the first
one. Yeah.
It just...
yeah. So, especially because of that, I guess she's even more, like, protective, but at the same time, kind of letting him do his stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's this complicated parental thing.
You know, just living the parent life.
The parent life, yeah.
Okay. Now we get to the juicy boy.
Yeah.
The main man, Mysterio.
Obviously
the main character of the movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I told you, and I'll tell everyone this. Spider-Man's villains are S tier.
No, I agree.
Vulture was amazing.
Vulture was crazy.
And now Mysterio.
Mysterio too.
His illusion scene
yeah,
is like my top 5, maybe even the top 1.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say my nitpick here.
Yeah, more.
Loki
Yeah.
was the god of mischief. This guy was a fucking a scammer
Yeah.
with some technology thing, okay? He does better illusion than Loki ever did. Dude, that illusion was so sick.
It is.
Remember all my rant when I'm talking about like illusion and whatnot, like what it can do, how you could just mess people. This is executed brilliantly. Damn, like Alex was like, okay, well, this is like my favorite part. I'm like, well, what is it? I start watching and he's like doing all this shit, illusion, and Spider-Man was trying to punch and turns out to concrete, and he was like, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Oh, you gotta go. Oh, fall out. That's right. And then at the end, even like the Nick Fury part, there was it was like a fake too, like when he got tranquilized and whatnot. I'm like, no way. How did they figure it out? I'm like, seriously? Oh, if it's Nick Fury, maybe. Oh shit! Boom! I'm like, oh, god damn, that was so smart.
It's just really well executed.
Yeah, that's how illusion's done.
Right. And when they released the trailer for this movie, we knew that Mysterio was gonna be the bad guy. He's the bad guy in the comics. Right?
Always, yeah, because we know him bad guy.
But in the comics, he's a visual effects artist.
Yeah.
Like working on movies and stuff. So he's able to create that illusion.
Yeah.
So we didn't know how he was going to do illusions in this movie.
Figuring it out was the fun part.
Right? Because we thought, oh, maybe he's a sorcerer gone mad, gone evil, right? Using magic to create these illusions. Because that's how they portrayed it in the trailers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But then when we watch the movie, it's like, oh shit, they actually use drones, which is actually kind of smart. It makes sense.
Especially like when they revealed the relationship with Tony Stark and whatever too, right? I'm like, oh, and then they said like, yeah, this guy, the MVP, because he's this part, him, the screenwriter, this is that. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, they had a whole team of people working together.
Yeah,
all because it's fucking Tony Stark's fault
again.
And they hate that he's a bastard. Even in death, he's still the hero.
Yeah, that's right. Edith.
Did they make it obvious, like super obvious, that he was going to be the bad guy, or they kind of portrayed it pretty well?
No, because for me, I know that he does it with illusion because I have like a backstory. I know what it is.
Yeah.
I just don't know because he was flying and shit, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, is he like actually flying? Oh, he was like shooting beam at this thing. Like, I'm like, at that time, I was still like, don't know how and what.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, how is this gonna, And then because like the damage actually happens to the like buildings and everything, right? Like even when things went out of water, there's like this thing coming up, and I'm like, that can't be just illusion. What is that? And then when it was portrayed with the drone, I'm like, can it actually? And then I see like the bajillion drones that was doing. I'm like, holy shit, that was really cool.
Right. And even his costume design. Like everyone thought was like, oh, that wouldn't make sense because Mysterio has that fishbowl head and this cloudy smoke and stuff. I was like, that's stupid. It wouldn't translate well in real life.
It translated really, really well.
Really good.
It was great.
And then added to his mysterious character and the elementals. The elementals, I kind of hate it and love it. Because in the comics, they're actually
they're actually something.
They're actually people with superpowers like Hydro Man, Molten Man.
Oh,
yeah. But in this one, they just made them illusions.
Well, maybe you can do the same thing with mandarins, right?
Exactly. I guess so.
Yeah.
He's like, how dare you make fun of me? I'm Hydro Man.
Yeah.
But these elementals, or I guess in the comics, they're really not that super famous.
Oh, I see.
Villains. They're kind of like
C-list. Oh, they're villains.
They're villains, yeah.
Oh.
They're like, I don't know, people that like mutants, I guess. I don't know. People that got superpowers.
Somehow,
yeah. I don't really know. But I just know that they were people with powers.
Are like four of them like friends or something, or completely unrelated?
I have no idea. I didn't look too much into it, but that's why I kind of love and hate it. I kind of wish we were able to see more villains, but at the end, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But that's Mysterio, man. Like I that's my nitpick. Is I really hate that they made it Stark. It's always Stark's fault.
Well, I mean, it's kind of the thing is like at first I'm like, yeah, it's Stark's fault. Come on, they can't think of anything better. But then I realized it's just that Tony Stark's influence across the world is immense.
Right. Yeah.
Everything he made for the good also have the bad. Like he is so powerful and influential that whatever it does will affect people, right?
Yeah.
So kind of like by this point when it says like, oh, it's Tony Stark's fault, I'm like, yeah, I guess. I mean, he's done a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like, well, he's kind of like almost like he probably is the face of Avenger.
He is.
Right?
Yeah.
So probably even if he's not the one who does it, let's just say Captain America actually throw a shield and like decapitate a child or something, they would blame it on Iron Man just because.
See, the thing about this is actually they actually made a point that Iron Man was everywhere because almost every other
Yeah.
scene there's like a mural.
Yeah,
of,
a mural, like
of Iron Man.
yep, or like
painting.
a memorial or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, or like a fucking fan art or whatever.
I think this is like the movie that shows how much influence he has on the people.
Oh yeah. Well, they're trying to pay respects to Iron Man because he is the first Marvel MCU character that they
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. But I don't know about that. But it's just that in here, like literally every corner of the world was like Iron Man, Iron Man, Iron Man, Iron Man, Iron Man.
Yeah, yeah.
Just by story wise, it
makes sense.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Because like in other movie, even though people know Tony Stark's and whatever, it was never paraded like that, right? Like Iron Man, like
Well,
no.
he didn't die until now, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, do you have to parade them after people die? Like, not necessarily, right? Because he's been doing good, well, and bad as Iron Man for the longest time. So, I mean, I don't know.
I kind of wish that they had like, you know, portraits of Captain America or Vision or
like a museum or something,
or Black Widow. Kind of, yeah, because yeah, like I get it. Iron Man is like the big one, right? Mm-hmm. But all the other characters have died too, and you know, shouldn't they show something for those characters?
The thing is, like, they could, but unfortunately, like, I don't think that matters right now because at the end of the day, it's Spider-Man movie.
Yeah,
and the one that connects us to the most to Spider-Man is Iron Man.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
Right. So
makes sense.
Maybe in the next movie there'll be like a something like a museum, like how Winter Soldier was portrayed, right?
Yeah. Maybe.
Like this time we just like, but like all the Avengers one, not just to
maybe that would be pretty sick. Like Avengers
mess up with the with the people who's watching, then just to remember the last moment and start crying like a little.
Yeah. So Mysterio, another S tier hero, but again he died at the end, so we probably won't see him again.
No, you can. The drone's still around.
Well, maybe another Mysterio will pick up his costume. I don't know. We'll see.
Do I have a question though?
Yeah.
At the end of the movie,
yeah,
the one of the visual effect dude downloaded something and grabbed it off, right? Do we know what it is?
I assume it's the video that they played at the end. Showing like the
so they added they added shit and whatnot.
Yeah. So I guess he's like, oh shit, we lost, but we can still damage Peter Parker. Okay, now let's go on to the B side, the Spider-Man. What do you think of his character growth in this one?
How do I say this? Because in the beginning,
they made him really naive in this one, more so in the first one, I believe.
Well, the thing is, like, his naiveness, I kind of understand because at the end of the day, he's still a child, right?
Yeah.
And he fought this big thing, right? He died once, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
He died and came back.
Yeah.
Not like everybody else would just like disappear without really noticing. This guy was like, oh shit, I don't feel too good. Oh. Disappear, right?
Yeah.
So he experienced death and he saw Thanos too, and he fought like him. He held the gauntlet for a goddamn while while being chased by a lot of things. So that's the thing, right? At that moment, he even know that this place is definitely not where he belongs. So when he comes back from that, and you know, he's also mentally like very, very fatigued and still scarred because of Tony's death, right?
Yeah.
He's very vulnerable. And all these team people keep asking, like, you know, so I got a feeling like he's just mentally very, very damaged and exhausted. Mm-hmm. So I could see why if somebody, you know, try to connect with him, because he doesn't have anyone else to talk to about. He said it too, right? Well, it's nice that to have to talk to someone with superpower and whatnot, right?
I guess.
Yeah, it just feels like he's just very, very vulnerable at the moment. That's why every single thing that's happening is just messing him up really bad.
Right.
So I think his but I don't know. It feels like he had a character development in the beginning, right? It was like, you know, he was a child trying to be superhero. Well, he is a hero.
Yeah, but he realized
and then like, the boots that he's trying to fill is he's not ready yet. Mm. And then later on, whether he's ready or not, the battle is coming, so he had to fight regardless, right?
Yeah.
Now from the battle that he was pretty much shoved into, one of his, like, you know, probably the closest person, almost like a father figure to him, just died in his arms, so to speak. Mm-hmm. So
and now
that there's this thing, and the person that he kind of
trusted.
How do I say this? He said it too, right? The next Tony Stark and whatnot. I guess he's projecting Tony to him, like. Yeah. So he kind of, and then the dude betrayed him. You know how it is. So he's like, he's in a vulnerable moment, and then there's someone he can trust. He trusts him. And that happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see like this thing. I can relate to his thought and action.
Yeah.
Like if I'm in this position now, I would probably do the same thing. I would be like, okay, this is too much power for me. just by having it, I almost killed my friend. So yeah, no, this is definitely not for me, for someone else, and I'm just gonna do my friendly neighborhood stuff, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Trying
Yeah.
to go shirk away from the responsibility.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, he is a kid, and it's kind of cool that they're playing up the fact that he's a kid. Because before they didn't really treat him as a kid; they just treated him as like a superhero.
Right.
If that makes sense. But now he feels like a kid more so now than he did before.
No, I don't know. I think it's the other way around. Before, I don't think they treat him like a superhero. They treat him like a kid.
The characters did, but I mean like the movie.
The movie does. Yeah. But then on this one, now he realized that he's just a kid. Everybody wants him to be superhero, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the whole
because
mismatch.
The famous expression, right? With great power comes great responsibility. Right? And
But then he don't know how great his power is, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So he don't know how much responsibility he can bear.
Exactly. That was the trouble with the first movie.
Yeah.
And then now it's a trouble again with the second one.
Exactly.
There's no balance. He needs to find the balance.
He needs to find the balance. He needs to find his true power.
Yeah.
And from what I know, Spider-Man can get really, really messy.
Oh, yeah, for
Could
sure.
be too strong for her.
That's why he's always holding back. And in this movie, we actually got to... Because people were wondering, like, oh, doesn't he have spidey senses? Where's his spidey senses, right? Turns out he just hasn't honed them in yet until now.
Yeah, he's still more human than spiders, so...
Exactly. He's still figuring out his powers
Yeah.
still. So it's nice that he had the Peter tingle, and he was able to control it by the end of it.
I don't know about controlling it, but it's kind of like instinct thing, right? That's why he closed his eyes most of that fight, right?
I think he closed it
Until the
focus.
last end, like until the end, like because I think like I saw him too when he was dodging, his eyes was just like all black.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, so he was like dodging. His eyes was just, and then until like I think the last 2 or 3 drones, then he opened his eyes. Yeah. So I was like, ooh, that was a great detail. It was just pure instinct, and that's I guess the Spidey sense.
Yeah. Also, that sequence was really great too. It was it looked like a one-shot take.
It seems like it because they don't cut the camera. Yeah.
But I kind of hated how they were doing like a 360 thing, so it was kind of hard to see where he was going.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's kind of a thing with Spider-Man, right? It's hard to tell which way he's facing when he's swinging.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that's just a Spider-Man thing, I'd say.
He's a crazy swing mechanics.
Yeah,
and
and that's what makes Spidey really cool.
Yeah.
The way how he just swing, maneuverability. It's just how I think he would like dodge 7 missile for a while swinging. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Also, I love how his suit is damaged in this one too.
Yeah.
It's not like he got out
Every
unscathed.
suit that he used got
damaged.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. See, this is what I like. It showed the struggle
Detail.
of the hero. It's not just like, oh, he got unscarred and there's no damage and he's just able to just blast through everything like no problem.
Oh yeah, in this one probably I think this is like one of the more heavier struggle that the hero faced, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody got messed up as bad as.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
think?
Like
Yeah.
you can feel the weight of
Yeah.
the threat.
Yeah, and not just that. It's just that like when Spidey got hit by a train, not just any train by the way, it looks like a bullet train almost. That was messed up. Like the impact of the hit, I felt it. I'm like, oof. and then he was pretty much limping for a long while too, right?
Yeah.
He
Oh
was
yeah,
like-
that was great.
Yeah.
He's limping in like every other scene.
Yeah.
He's like bleeding. He's like,
Yeah.
scarred. It's great.
Yeah.
Like that detail.
Yeah. The show of the struggle is amplifying the amount of threat.
Yes.
Even though it was just Mysterio, it's just a dude with illusion, but you can tell he's scarier than whatever Thor fought in the first one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Than that tin can.
Yeah.
It's scarier than that whip dude that Iron Man fought in Iron Man 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So as we can see, each Marvel
Iteration,
movie,
yeah. The quality's going up
it's
and
going
better
up.
and better. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like they're learning, and it's almost like they watch it as a fan and they're like, oh, this could have been like this. We should have done this better. Oh, the fans are saying this. Let's make it like that. Let's surprise them with this kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Well, can I tell you something?
What?
The guys who are making this movie,
Yeah.
and like are controlling all the stories and stuff,
Yeah.
they are fans of what they're doing. They actually love the characters, and that's why you can see it when you watch it. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so good. you know?
Well,
It's
that's the thing, right?
enjoyable.
Because like, how do I say this? Like in the beginning, at first, like I'm not sure. Like they love
for
it.
sure.
I know that they know about the character. Like they're quite knowledgeable because they do like tidbits of like a backstory, and they do like how do I say this? Yeah, like the powers and everything kind of like accurate to whatever it is, right? Like
right.
they got their settings and background right.
Yeah.
But I don't know the portrayal as well, right?
Yeah.
That was that. But then I don't know, it's just because budget reason or whatever, and they've been hitting it really well, so they've been be able to pump it crazier and crazier stuff.
It might be. It just might.
But yeah, especially like we just watched the latest movie they pushed out, right? The Ten Ring.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Because I watched this. Honestly, I've said it this on the last episode on Endgames, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how the next one's going to be built up better than this one because I can't see it.
Yeah.
And then I could see it now that if this is the first movie that came out after Endgame, I can tell that their quality and everything they're pumping in is clearly going to be up. And then I just watched Shang-Chi 2, and that's another insane thing. So
hit. You can see they're not going to stop the momentum. They're actually going to keep going with it.
yeah, and I hate to say this, but I'm looking forward to it.
Right? You're now part of the wave, Bosch.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted, right? You said so in Endgame. You wanted to be a part of the wave. Now you're part of the wave.
And I think I can like expect on this one because I think this one will be a bigger wave than Endgame was.
It could be possible.
Yeah, it felt that way. Like at least from the couple movie that we watched.
Yeah.
Just I don't know if it's just the way they put the CG or like the way they portray the threat or portray power or whatever. Talking about power, I don't think the power, power consistency did anything in this one. It feels like it's very consistent the whole way.
Yeah, for this one, it felt consistent. Yeah.
Like what Spidey do, especially in this one, he doesn't do damage. He take a lot of beating.
Yeah.
And it's kind of clear how much beating he can take before he actually out.
I guess, yeah, as you said, they're learning from what they didn't like or did like from the first one. They're, looking at the nitpicks and whatnot.
Yeah.
And they're improving on it, which is great. I think it really shows that it's by fans for fans. So
yeah. It's just love.
It's love all around, man. So, okay, now I kind of want to talk about the post-credit scene.
Okay.
With the Mysterio video.
Ah, right.
Wait, so Mysterio, after dying, released the video.
Mm-hmm.
And we got an awesome cameo by Mr. Jonah Jameson.
Right.
Which
there's no one else in the world that can play that role other than him. I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah, you just can't see anyone else doing it.
Yeah.
So I like what they did. They changed the Daily Bugle to be like a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Backwards website. And he's like some crazy guy ranting.
But as usual, from Spider-Man fan of view, he always ranting about whatever.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it is because a lot of people love Johnson, was it?
James Jonah Jameson?
JJJ.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because of he was saying crap about Spidey, not just because Spidey, it's because he was seeing things objectively, right? About how like Spider-Man shouldn't be given like special treatment because if Spider-Man somehow, turns against humanity, will he get like immunity and stuff like that, right? For me, I like JJJ for that exact reason too. He's not an antagonist, so to speak, but he's critical.
Yeah.
When it comes to not just Spidey, but everybody with like some freak power, right? So I want to know how this one's going to be. Is he just going to be like a bad guy that just like shitting on Spidey, or is it going to be like the same line? I'm looking forward to it.
I just want him to say Spider-Man's a menace. That's all he needs to say.
I think he almost did, didn't he?
He almost did. I think. But maybe in the next movie.
Spider-Man's a menace.
So now, we see Spider-Man's identity gets revealed, and he goes, "What the?" The same gag as we saw in the last movie.
Yeah.
So now we watch the trailer for the next movie. We saw it, and it's dealing with the after effects of that. So everyone knows his identity. And he hates it, right? Because everywhere he goes, people are taking pictures. People are calling him a demon, a devil, a murderer, a killer. And he goes to Doctor Strange and be like, "Hey, I need your help.
Can you like redo everything?"
Yeah, exactly. Can you just make everyone forget? Oh, but except for this, except for that. He's like, "Don't alter the spell," and it just changes something. And now we're dealing with the multiverse. This is the next phase.
So that's what it is, the multiverse,
right? So in phase 4, I can say this now, is that we're dealing with the multiverse. We're dealing with other sides of the other universes, so to speak.
So was Mysterio supposed to be like, because he said that he came from different Earth? Was that supposed to be like the teaser,
I think so.
The poke, the shit kind of thing?
It's supposed to be an Easter egg.
I
don't think that's the direction they wanted to go with at that time.
Yeah.
But then that's
just an Easter.
Yeah, that's the direction they're headed now. So Earth 616, he referred to the MCU as Earth 616.
Right.
That's actually the comic book universe.
Okay.
So that's like a wink to the fans that know. I believe the MCU universe is actually Earth 199999999, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the one that he came from was the 8333 or something like that?
Something like that. I don't know which universe that one is.
Okay.
I think it's maybe some made up number that we haven't seen yet.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, we're dealing with the multiverse. Because in Shang-Chi, we see them talking about other universes as well. Doctor Strange, we see them talking about dimensions and such. And Loki, the TV show, the TV series.
Never watched it.
No, we will eventually. But they also deal with the multiverse and stuff.
They do. Oh.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy how we're going exponentially crazier and crazier, right?
But I think we kind of see it coming, didn't we?
A little bit, right? I mean, because, you know, if it was it Avengers 1, we're dealing with aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Avengers 2, we're dealing with Ultron and the Infinity Stones.
Mm-hmm.
Phase 3, we're dealing with Thanos and him using it.
Mm-hmm.
And then what can we do to make it bigger, right? We expect something bigger than Thanos. What's bigger than Thanos? Well,
a lot. According to you, a hell lot.
Yeah. So, you know, time traveling, we gotta go multi dimensions now. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's something exciting to look forward to.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. So, how can I say this? Now going forward, what are some things you want to see?
I don't know.
Right?
Surprise me. That's what it is.
It surprised you.
I don't know what I want. I really don't.
Right?
You show me. Like you in Shang-Chi, I'm like, why am I watching this? Until I'm like, holy shit, that was great. I don't know what I want.
I know what you like before you even know what it
like
is.
the thing. Like I don't know what I like. I don't know what I want. Give me something that I know I'll like. like give me something that, because by now, I don't care what they push out. If they came out with something, I'll watch it. I'll give it a shot because they deserve it. Like
Wow.
by now they deserve it. Like because at least the Spider-Man is insane. Sanji was amazing.
Yeah.
So whatever it is that come out next, I'll have to give it a shot.
Yeah.
Because until they fail me, they haven't. So
So you're saying you're a certified Marvel fanboy?
not yet. A lot of people would kill me for that. But
No, I think it's fair. Like, you know, you're watching movies and giving them a shot.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I enjoy it. That's for sure.
At what point, what can they do to make you, to suck you in and be like, no matter what, you'll always support them?
I don't know about always. That's the rough part.
No, but
I would always give it a second. Like I would give it a chance always.
Yeah.
In a sense, like next movie come out. Oh, let's watch this. Like next one was like Eternal, was it?
Yeah.
Let's watch it.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I'll be interested. Then if the next one, what it is, if Eternal didn't fail me, I would still watch the next one.
I see.
If they're starting to have a doubt on like, I don't know, it's not that good, or like I'm like, it's kind of alright. Then the next one I'll be like, I don't know, kind of like that.
No, but what can they do to make you a fanboy? Like, what do they need to have?
X-Men.
X-Men?
If there's X-Men start sprawling around, I would probably lose my crap.
Okay.
But I don't want them to be part of the Avengers stuff. I want doing their own thing.
Doing their own thing.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say though, I guess, is that maybe the beginning felt a little dragged out, kind of boring.
I would say so. Until Mysterio showed up, right?
Yeah, I felt like their vacation in Venice, was it?
Was not very important.
It felt a little too long.
Maybe. Yeah, well, there was, I guess. I could say that too. But I don't know. For me, I think that wasn't.
But like, yeah, but
Yeah,
once the
it's
elemental showed up and once Mysterio
when
showed up, and
that's the ball rolling.
yeah, that's the ball rolling. Yeah. So I guess like, maybe they're just trying to show that Peter just really wanted to enjoy his vacation.
Yeah, you just want to show that. Yeah, this is the kid.
He's just a kid, yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're just like, oh shoot, we need 2 hours of movie. What can we do?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, maybe that. But the thing is, like, if that was the problem, I think they handled it very well.
Yeah.
Because they don't put it at the end of the movie. They don't put it just like the very beginning either. It was like somewhere in a section. And they show it as like, you know, Peter's trying to make a plan, right? It was just the whole time. Peter is just heavily conscious of MJ, right? It's just like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Yo, I got a plan. Yo, like, you know. So I thought that was cute.
Mm-hmm. Did you feel like this is a fitting conclusion to the phase 3? Does it feel like it sets up phase 4 quite nicely? I would say yes and no in a way.
I don't know. I felt like if there's still one more movie about whatever that says like phase 3 or something, I'm like, okay, kind of like that. Like, because I don't think it really wraps up everything. I don't see another threat coming. I don't see, well, because right now the bigger problem, at least, what's the next movie after this?
Supposed to be Black Widow movie.
Has that anything to do with Spider-Man?
See, so this is my thing. Does it conclude phase 3? Yes. I feel like it's a nice conclusion. Does it sets up phase 4? No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
This wraps up its own phase nicely, which is fair, you know. And now we're at the point where we expect Marvel to start setting up for other movies. It's kind of
because for me, like the end of phase 3, in a sense that like this is the end of the first Avenger, so to speak, right? And now it's the start of like the new Flame kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
For me, it's good because it kind of showed the closure for Tony Stark's, right? Iron Man is now over, and the next Flame, the next torchbearer is Spider-Man. You see, because now he has a lot of crap. He has probably like as much arsenal as an Iron Man does now, right? With all his armor and whatever. And the next dilemma he has to fight wasn't like some monster or whatever, right? It's the mask, the human.
Yeah, because Marvel wants to milk Spider-Man merchandise for the next 20 years or so.
Because I'm going to tell you one thing.
It sells.
Yeah, it's Spider-Man stuff. Yeah. Whatever you want to say, Spider-Man is like one of the most popular character worldwide.
Yeah, like don't you want web shooters to shoot party strings at people? Yeah, I do.
Forever do. Yeah, I had one of those.
I legit do. Yeah.
Yeah.
As we said, does it conclude? Oh, for me, it concludes the phase 3 nicely. It just doesn't set up the next phase.
It doesn't, because I don't know what's coming next. That's the thing. Like I don't. They talk about like wait, did they even talk about multiverse in this thing?
Kind of. It's more of an Easter egg than actually.
Yeah, for Mysterio. But like after this, like the end part was just. Like, okay, there's a problem, and that's regarding Peter Parker, right?
Yeah.
It's not about the next threat or whatever, no superpower or anything. It's just kind of like, instead of setting up for the stage 4, it's kind of like the next step Spider-Man will take, right?
Yes.
So,
yeah. Would you watch this in a marathon?
Yeah, definitely, dude.
I actually would too, yeah. Normally we would skip the sequels, but actually...
Yeah, I would watch this. Dude, watch it. Just that part about the illusion, watch it like 7 times. Revel in the madness of illusion. That was so beautiful.
That was really crazy. It gave me goosebumps. I was like, ooh, that's scary.
For me, I'm like, yeah, okay, well, what's he gonna do next? Oh goddamn! Oh yeah! Like that was so smart. Like everything he does feels good with that illusion. Everything I wanted.
Okay, what's your rank? What's your ranking? What's your score?
Oh dear, I'd give it an 8.5 probably.
I would go. I don't remember what I gave the first Spider-Man. A 7.5?
Probably.
I would say this is a 8.5, maybe 8.25, somewhere around there.
I'll give it 8.5.
Yeah,
it's good.
I don't know, something about Spider-Man's villains are just so crazy.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man villains are just. The thing is, like, he's a street level hero, bro. The enemies are too, but they're just that menacing.
They are just crazy.
Yeah.
Really insane. All right. Yeah, we would recommend and highly recommend this movie.
Yeah, totally.
Thumbs
Shang-Chi
up.
too. Dude,
Shang-Chi.
if you guys haven't watched it, please. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I don't want to overhype it, but watch it with eyes unclouded by hate. That's all I can say.
I wanna say okay, I'll just give a quick shout out to Shang-Chi first. Dude, I was like tearing up watching that movie. It was so good.
Really, I know it was good.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, again, I don't know your connection because it feels like you connect deeply to on like a blood level or something. I don't.
Well, it might be because of the bias is there.
Maybe.
Yeah, because of the Chinese culture, right? And
Yeah.
I was watching. I was like, yeah, this is exactly how it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you know how like motherfucking Mulan, that it was directed by a white guy, a white girl,
Yeah.
white female, and written by white people.
Yeah.
And all they talk about is like honor. We honor our family. Honor this.
What are you talking about? You have no
Motherfucker.
idea.
Yeah, we don't talk about honor. Yeah, we talk about family, but
Yeah.
we don't fucking talk about honor. Like fuck you,
Japan.
fuck you, white people. But yeah, I would highly recommend both movies.
Yeah. Just spoiler alert. It has the best battle choreograph in all Marvel so far.
Yeah, it's just really next level.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's amazing. That's the thing. Like Shang-Chi, like battle was so phenomenal that I don't know. I'm scared for the next one because I know this thing is amazing because of the flair of the martial arts they're using, right? How elegant, how do you call it? Just beautiful.
Yeah.
Like it has a lot of movement. It's like, but then you can't do that when it's like like Captain America fighting like an MMA style. Like you can't. It's hard to show this excessive elegance in fighting. So I don't know. The next one, I'm kind of kind of scared. Can it live up to the?
Well, the next one won't have any martial arts. I think
Yeah,
the
it'll
next
be like magic and like whatever, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be like Eternals. So
Yeah.
they're gonna be like godlike beings.
Yeah, if that's the case, like again, I want to see the insanity it could come up with, right?
Yeah.
Because now
We'll see. I don't know how that movie. No one knows what to expect from
yeah.
that movie. Yeah.
so. Well, I'm expecting the best because they pulled this one out good. So
What else? What else do you like to say?
nothing. That was whew,
Yeah, it's a long day for
for you too.
it's a longer day for you.
Well, a little bit.
Okay, I think that's it for now. Yeah, we just love Marvel at this point.
Yeah, at this point, unfortunately, I have to say yes.
We're Marvel fanboys.
Yeah.
Okay, just sign us off now, Bosch.
Well, I'm just gonna say that I didn't expect this to happen when I started watching Hulk. I'm just gonna tell you that.
Straight up.
All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. This is Boschke.
This is Alex.
And this is Fool's Odyssey, episode 50. Thank you for listening. See you guys again next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.